Hey guys, Anna D here, and welcome to another episode of Me, My Health and I, where I get the pleasure of speaking to local legends and people who nearly died. Today, I have the pleasure of sitting down with Becky. We're going to talk about dodgy tickers, Zumba, endometriosis, and a whole lot more. So I hope you enjoy. Just found out your name was Rebecca. I'm shook.
Yeah, it's because I don't like people calling me that.
Does your mum call you Rebecca?
Only when she's real pissed.
Yeah.
So I have this horror of hearing Rebecca Catherine.
Oh, Rebecca Catherine.
Oh,
even.
it's awful. Yeah.
Catherine with a C or a K?
K.
Oh.
Yeah, I was supposed to be Layla Joy, and my parents did me dirty and called me Rebecca Catherine instead.
Yeah, sorry. Layla Joy is very, very cute. And so I feel like you, because you're quite joyful. Anyway, thank you, Becky, that I know you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I have had the pleasure of knowing you for about a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exciting. But for those of you that don't know Becky, yeah, you're going to look over there. Please tell us a bit about yourself and what you do.
So, yes, Rebecca Catherine. So I was born and raised in Fiji. I am a 29-year-old heart failure survivor. And I work in a nonprofit organization that supports the disability sector and providing social inclusion and breaking down some of the stereotypes and barriers that our disability sector struggle with, and engaging and combating the loneliness and isolation that comes with disability and chronic illness.
Oh, so not much then?
Not much.
No.
Nah,
okay.
It's real chill.
Yeah. So heart failure survivor. Let's start with that. What happened?
Basically, my heart decided that it was tired and wanted a break. And I feel like all of us sort of feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But my heart decided to throw a full temper tantrum about it. So I was 22 and I had been working in the film industry for a little while and was super active and busy. And I actually had a very bad fall and had a head injury first.
Right.
So I fell off the back of a golf cart, smacked my head, ended up with internal bleeding, got medevaced, dealt with all of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And during that, they picked up that I had something called hypothyroidism. And so essentially my thyroid, which is a funny little butterfly-shaped gland in here,
Oh, yeah?
was so overactive that my resting heart rate was 120 beats per minute.
What's it supposed to be?
When you're in bed, 60 and lower, chilled.
Oh, okay. So it was like double time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was working hard. And so you could actually see my heart racing while I was lying down in recovery from that head injury. And everyone was panicking and thinking, oh my gosh, you must be in so much pain. I was like,
yeah.
You got me on drugs. I'm good.
Yeah.
No, my heart was just working really, really hard. So we dealt with that. And then while I was in recovery from that, I got a flu and my heart started to give up. So my first symptoms was essentially breathlessness.
Yeah.
And I started to swell. So all around my abdomen was retaining fluid and my feet were swelling, my ankles were swelling, and I had no idea what was happening. And I went out on a Thursday night with the girls for a birthday, dancing, having a good time. And the next day I couldn't walk up the stairs.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't breathe. I got to the top of the stairs and was gasping for breath. And my family just looked at me and went, that's not okay.
Yeah.
And the doctors in Fiji didn't know what to do with me.
Oh, so you were still in Fiji. Right.
They thought it was my asthma coming back. Felt different though. So we tweaked and we sort of were like, yeah, let's just go back to New Zealand. I have a GP here who I'd been seeing since I was 8. And I basically just came back and he sat and talked to me for 5 minutes. Went, okay, you're going into hospital. Go home, pack a bag. I will call the North Shore Hospital and they will be waiting for you. I was then in there for the better part of a month. And they picked up on day 2 that I was in heart failure. They did an echocardiogram on my heart and basically said, cool, we need to put you in the ICU.
Oh my God.
I
love how the doctor's like, but go home and pack a bag first.
Yes. Actually, my doctor is very fun. We have a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just like, no, you're going to go home, pack a bag, get ready. You're not going to be leaving hospital. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. That's fun.
At 22.
I was 22. I was a baby.
Yeah. And full-time working as well. Although I feel like it's kind of a good thing then that you knocked your head.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it wouldn't have sort of...
Yeah, I had a
lead.
little bit of a like a breather period, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, okay. So then what happened? You're in hospital for a month?
Yeah. And I bounced around. I went from like the high dependency and ICU stage to all of the different ones. And then I ended up in the cardiology ward, and they came in on like day 4 and were like, okay, this is what's happening. My heart ejection fraction, so essentially how much my heart was functioning, was at 13%.
13?
1-3.
Out of, obviously it should be 100.
No, you would think.
Oh.
No, they trick you. It should be like 60-70%. It's sort of like
Okay.
general. I don't know why we do it as percent then.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Yeah.
okay. But it should be way higher than 13.
Yeah.
And then what were they like? This is it.
Yeah, they were like, hey, we're putting you on a heart transplant list.
Damn.
They're like, this is what's happening. You can't be like this. We're going to need you to stay, rest. I was only allowed a liter of water a day, so less than that bottle. I was on like that. Yeah, it was the strangest feeling. And having all of these doctors coming around and going, oh, you shouldn't have survived that flight. I'm like, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm 22.
But
I don't want
did.
to. I got here. We don't need to go back.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Okay, so then what happened? Did you have a heart transplant?
No, I responded really well to medication.
Oh, yay.
Yes. So I was a bubba. And so I was young and I was fit, and I was in a space that my heart was able to recover. So they put me on all the right medication. They did all the right things. And within the month I was let out of hospital, but I was stuck here in New Zealand for 8 months. And that was the hardest thing because I couldn't go home. I couldn't be with my friends.
Yeah.
I was just sort of sitting here and just slowly recovering. And I was in hospital every week, and then it was every 2 weeks, and then it was every month, just monitoring how my heart was responding to everything.
And did your parents live in Fiji or here? Oh,
in Fiji.
So here by yourself.
No, my mom came with me.
Oh, yay. Oh,
Yes.
That's good.
Yay
but
for
still,
mums.
yeah. Yeah, mums are the best.
Yes, absolutely. So she came with me from day 1. And we had this wonderful guy we'd gotten an Airbnb in Devonport, and he found out what was happening to me, and he was like, I will happily take my place off of Airbnb and just rent it to you guys while Becky's in hospital.
Aww.
And so Mom was able to stay like 10 minutes down the road. And,
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's traffic and Lake Road. But yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And so since then, how has life been with a dodgy ticker?
Oh, it's all sorts of fun.
Yeah.
So since that, I've had 2 doses of radioactive iodine to essentially kill my thyroid and stop it from functioning, which basically means I have no metabolism, which is really frustrating. So they tried to reduce how much it was overactive with medication, and it wasn't happening fast enough.
Yeah.
And so I had 2 doses of radioactive iodine because the first one wasn't enough to essentially stop it from working. And now I have to take thyroxine to keep it going, which means that my energy levels are trash. So no metabolism and no energy from my thyroid, and then no energy from a dodgy heart. And then my endo and PCOS also tank my energy levels. So I feel like I live in this constant wave of navigating and having conversations with my body, asking what's making me tired. Because I never
And it
actually
could be
know.
one of 4 things on a daily.
Yeah.
That's
Or that, I went really hard at F45 the day before.
That's fucked. And you're always so, like, chill and happy. Well, obviously you're always chill. But, you're just so positive all the time.
Oh, I definitely encourage people to just own the shit, though. I'm like, if things are bad, just say that it's bad.
Yeah.
And I will walk in and I'll say to you guys, I'm not feeling it today. I'm grumpy as fuck, but hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Put me through my paces. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because I got to be able to move my body. You got to do
Yes.
something for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. We were just talking about endo.
Yes.
So I feel like that endometriosis,
Mm-hmm.
almost every 3rd or 4th woman you meet has it,
Yep.
or know someone who has it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel blessed I don't, that I know of. I think I would know by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
But no one talks about it.
No.
But everyone has it.
Yeah.
So many people.
And they also have done bugger all studies on it.
I feel like there needs to be a lot more research done because there are a lot of people that I know that do have it. There's no help. There's no end in sight for them. You just have to deal with god-awful things.
So mine got picked up only because of my heart.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had an ovarian cyst burst and I was in such severe pain that it sent my heart into an irregular rhythm. And then I went into hospital and was dealing with that. And they were like, oh, so your pain is actually so bad that it's sparked something for your heart. And I was like, yeah. Like, oh, well, maybe we should deal with this.
Yeah, you're like...
Thanks.
So when was that?
Ooh, 2 years ago now?
Oh, wow. So not that long ago.
No.
And then since then, so then how do they diagnose endometriosis?
So through scans, all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
But it finally got confirmed properly for me like a month ago, really. I had an MRI.
Yeah.
And they were able to actually see my endo and all of the madness that's happening in there. So my endometriomas are essentially so bad that they have now, what did my friend say? Shibari roped my organs.
What's shibari roped?
Is that Don't Google.
Okay.
Don't Google.
Oh, don't Google. Okay.
Don't Google. It'll send you down a weird path. But essentially, it's ropes.
Yeah. And all over everything on the inside. Yeah. And you're going to get surgery.
Yes. So this is going to be an interesting process for me because to have surgery, I need to consult with the gynecology team. But my cardiology team has to be brought in and it has to be done in the public system because my heart is so janky. It might give up on me mid-surgery. So we don't like that.
Why does that have to be done on the public system?
Because I need to be in a hospital that has a full cardiology suite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
So they need to have everyone around, really, to be able to...
just in case you die.
Yeah. In case my body's like, nah, this isn't it.
And you're only 28.
I'm 29. Yeah.
So ideally you don't die. You've got a lot of life left to live.
Yeah.
And then so do you know what they're going to do, like what sort of surgery they're going to do?
So it'll be laparoscopic. So essentially they use gas to inflate your abdomen a bunch so that they can get in there and go in, hopefully laparoscopic. We will find out in 2 weeks' time, through my belly button and a couple of other small incisions to be able to go in and essentially scrape the endometriomas off me. That's kind of the general basic.
Gist, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'm going to come back into the gym post having all of that happening. I'm not going to be very happy for a while.
I feel like that shouldn't be super high on the radar though. Like maybe just rest. There's a real high chance you could die and you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to come back to the gym.
Well, yeah, I like to move. It's good for my mental health.
Okay, yeah. But also you can do other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I probably won't be doing yoga. I can't, but it also takes away my swimming stuff. It takes away a lot of the things that I like to be able to do.
Yes.
That I do for my mental health. And so that was always one of the hardest things, dealing with all the medical stuff, is saying goodbye to all of my, like, coping mechanisms.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you do then when all your coping mechanisms are taken away? Do you just feel the feelings or is there something else that you do?
I try and avoid the rot that'll like sit in it and just stew in the bad.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky to have some really, really incredible people in my life who do epic things all over the world. So I make time to talk to them.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have friends who are human rights lawyers at the UN. I have friends who run peace programs all throughout Africa. There are all of these people who do incredible stuff. And because they're, you know, a phone call away from me, I pick up the phone and I talk to them and remind myself that while I'm sitting in the midst of this nonsense, there are epic people doing epic things out there. And I get to be inspired by them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Thanks, Joy.
Yeah. That's intense. It's also crazy that you know people like that. But one of your coping mechanisms is Zumba.
It is.
How do I know this? I hear about it all the time. So you're a Zumba teacher?
No, I am just a student.
A student?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who does 4 or 5 classes a week at the moment?
5 Zumba classes a week?
Yeah.
How many times do you do F45?
I did 5 in the last 5 days.
So you did 10 workouts last week?
No, I skipped a couple because I had work. Zig and I did some things together. We did some stuff outside. So, no, I did F45 and Zumba on Monday, Aqua Zumba, F45 and Zumba on Tuesday, just F45 on Wednesday, double F45 on Thursday. I skipped Friday morning Zumba because I had something happening, but I did afternoon F45. And I skipped Zumba this morning because I'm tired.
No shit, you're tired. Dodgy ticker, endo, plus the other things. I can't even remember what you said. And you train like 10 times a week.
Yeah.
That's full on.
And my body doesn't respond to it. So I will not lose weight from all of this exercise and stuff like that. My body is not going to respond to that exercise the way a normal person's does.
Yeah. Back to the thyroid thing. Do you need that?
Yeah, so it is something.
Do we need?
Yeah.
So they killed it, but now you have to have medication to make it kind of work.
Yeah.
It seems like
counterproductive. Yeah. It would have been nice if they could have operated and taken out part of it, which is something that they will quite often do. And you'll see people with these little like lines across here where they've had the surgery.
Right.
But because my heart was so non-functional at the time, they basically said, we can't open you up. We have to go the radioactive iodine.
Wouldn't that... Okay, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just feel like... Okay.
It's weird.
Yeah. You've got a lot happening. Yeah. But you have such a lovely vibe for everything that's going on. You've been doing a lot of work with my son, mentoring him. He's been stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't actually know where he is right now, just being honest. But I made sure he brushed his teeth and took his meds before he left, so we're all good.
We love that.
Yeah. And you're so calm and patient with him, and it's like, just like if someone met you off the street, they would have no idea.
No. Yeah. And that's kind of the joy of and the hardship of an invisible illness.
Yeah.
Is nobody ever knows what's going on with me. Sometimes I wish I could walk around with a giant sign across my face going, is in chronic pain at level 7, don't fuck with her today. Yeah. Today is not the day. Don't hurt her.
You know you can just do that. Just write it on your hand and walk around like this.
Can you see me walking into the gym like pain level 9?
Yes.
Don't touch. No.
But also if your pain level is 9, why are you fucking walking into the gym, Becky? Just have a seat. Sit down for a minute.
Because it was part of the No, usually I would only walk in at sort of a 5.
Yeah.
Or a 6 is sort of I will go and still be functional.
Yeah.
Once I'm getting into the 7s and 8s, I'm medicating. And once I'm hitting 9s and 10s, I'm in bed. Yeah. Ideally.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't think I've had any pain like you have. I have dealt with period cramps, obviously, because I have a vagina. But you just sort of get on with your day.
Yeah. Because
you can't be like once a month for a week, I can't come to work today because I have my period.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I know. Some days it just feels like that.
Yeah.
I do like to be like, if I'm a bit of a dick or whatever, I'm like, well, I've got my period, so you can get fucked, especially if it's a man.
I feel like I need to embody that more because I know you were always encouraging me to say no. You will be very proud of me. I said no 4 times this week.
Wow. I'm glad you didn't say no to me, though.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you do have to say no. I've actually been talking about this a lot this morning, is protecting yourself.
Yeah.
And people will get over it.
Yeah.
You know? The reason you and a few people I know, the reason people always ask you to do something is because they know you'll say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this is going to be my ego showing for a brief moment. In my nonprofit space, chances are I'll get it done faster.
Well, yeah. But sometimes it's just easier to do things yourself. I get that. Yeah. And yeah, toot your horn. No one else is going to toot it for you.
No.
Yeah. Let's touch on then. I would like to talk, because of all the stuff that you've been doing with Ziggy, can you briefly outline what you do sort of in the nonprofit /
disability space?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm a Pacifica coordinator for an incredible organization called FAB that's been here in New Zealand for about 20 years. It actually started out of the UK. And essentially, I'm focused around creating safe spaces for young people or for people with disabilities in general to come in and connect and find their identity outside of their disability.
Yes.
Because one of the things that we find in the disability sector that happens all the time is that people will be invited to come in and speak about something solely based off of the fact that they're disabled. And so they are walking into the room. And today I walked in and I identified my condition in the first sort of 30 seconds of my introduction because I knew that that's linked to what we're talking about. But if I was to walk into a normal space, I'd go, hi, my name's Becky and I'm from Fiji. I'm a 29-year-old who loves to go boating. And I identify to those other things, whereas our disabled community are very much forced to identify with their condition and what the special allowances are that they need because of it.
Right.
So we create a safe space for people to come in and not have to do any of that.
No, because they're still a normal person.
They're a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all humans. And if you ever see any of my socials, I start every video that I do is hi, lovely humans, because I don't want to identify or stereotype or class anything, but we all come together. We're all human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so I get to create safe spaces for them, and I get to create places where they can access their culture and learn about their identity and their history through language, arts, dance, music, and just have fun.
Yeah.
Because so much of our lives is spent doing the things that we have to do. Go do something that's fun.
Yeah. That fills your cup, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's so lovely that you do, like, if you think about everything that you've got on your plate, but you can still create this safe space for other humans. You're a pretty good human. I don't believe in God, essentially, but I feel like if there was a heaven, you'd be at the top of the list. Like, you'd be like VIPs for heaven. Rebecca.
Oh,
yeah. Well, they'll have to use your full name.
I know
to get into heaven. Rebecca Catherine.
Oh God, they're both from the Bible. They're biblical names too. Tell me you grew up in a Catholic family.
Yeah. That's so cool. Does it bring you joy? Your job? Obviously, not all parts of a job will, but what's the biggest part that brings you joy? Because it's quite a selfless job.
It is.
You're giving to other people all the time. So they can be themselves. So what's the most rewarding part for you?
When I see somebody grow.
Yeah.
I get to watch young people come into the space who've never been able to socialize or talk. We had somebody in one of our holiday programs the other day eat a meal with us for the first time and feel comfortable enough to do that, or start speaking and telling their stories. I watch the emotional growth that all of these young people are going through. And I watch them have their aha moments. This is cool. This is exciting. I'm having fun and joy. And so it is something that can be really emotionally draining because your emotions are always on. Yeah. But it's also the best part. So I find myself in tears about work all the time. I'm constantly like, no, emotions, don't. But yeah.
Well, I know when after Ziggy spends time with you, like he's been doing a bit of volunteering lately.
Yes. He
just is filled with so much joy when he comes home. Like his cup is so filled by doing it.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like I've never thought he's like a selfish kid or anything. But it's like, yeah, I love it. Okay. I want to wrap up. There was a lot. We unpacked quite a bit there.
Lots in there.
Let's just focus on one thing. I'm going to go with the dodgy ticket thing. Because that's probably like you literally could have died.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
they tell me that on repeat.
I know.
I'm like, I don't need to hear that anymore.
Yeah. You should get it tattooed somewhere. Oh, no. If you got a tattoo, would that send your heart into a bit of...
Well, I've been told not to tattoo across my chest, but I actually want to get my ECG line across my wrist from when I was in heart failure.
Yeah, fucking do it.
So I'm just trying to find somebody. So if anyone knows someone who does really good fine line stuff, I want to get it, my ECG line tattooed across there with a wave, because obviously I'm constantly on the ocean. So, yeah. So I want to weave that in there.
Yeah. Fine line, I think you'll be fine. And this feels like it's far away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was going to say you could get a tattoo like, yeah, I nearly died. I fucking know.
I also gravitate towards the 13. So I want the 13 on there because 13 is always like an unlucky number. But I'm like, it was the thing that saved me.
Yeah.
13% like kept me going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry. I digress.
Back to the thing.
So Becky now, 29, still a lot going on.
Yep.
What would you say to Becky, 22-year-old Becky, 13%? Ooh. What are you going to say to her that's going to help just get her through? Or what do you wish that someone had said to you back then? Or maybe not said to you, like, you shouldn't have survived that flight or whatever.
Oh, I would have loved for them to not say this is God's plan for you, because I'm like, cool. Spending my life in hospital is God's plan for me? Cool. I could think of a few other things, but sure.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah.
I think I would probably say it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. Because I was constantly feeling like I had to pretend to be okay.
Oh.
And I constantly felt like if I showed pain or if I showed anybody how badly I was suffering, they were constantly just feeling pity for me. And I hated that.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to swing in the other direction and go, I'm a martyr. So I would just tell myself it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
But it's also okay to say that you're going to fight through whatever you're feeling today.
Yeah.
Because it ends. The day ends.
Yes.
You get to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And you get to wake up the next day and reset.
Start fresh.
Yeah.
I love that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never know if I'm going to wake up in pain, but
But it's still a new day.
yeah.
We'll see.
We will take whatever hours of sleep we can get.
Yeah. I love that as well though. Like I'm down for a pity party.
Yeah.
But not someone else's. Like I'll invite you to mine, but you don't throw me a surprise pity party. You know?
Yeah.
Like you can come to my party, but on my terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't throw me a party.
No.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And yeah, if anyone knows a fine line tattoo artist, there's probably heaps around, you know that.
There
eh?
are. I just need to do it where I'm not flying.
Do you know what you need actually is an assistant?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and anyone want to do some pro bono assisting for Rebecca here? She nearly died, so, just throw that out there.
I'm fun 90% of the time.
I feel like you're fun.
Unless you're not moving at my pace, in which case I'm not fun.
Yeah.
Don't come hang if you're going to drag your feet.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for coming and sharing. And I hope that just either it be your dodgy ticker, your endo, anything, that I hope that we help someone today. And just, remember guys, it's okay. It's okay not to be okay. Oh, look at us at the same time.
Yes.
Boom.